Welcome back to the baddest YouTube channel in the land. This is Raw OG. I'm speaking to the OG community. We got this compilation from the original OG of the community, Dre OG. So let's take a look at this video and see exactly what we got going on here. Let's everybody smash that like button. Let's get this video to 5,000 likes.
So essentially, they put us in a freezer spell. In came the snow globe. That was the whole concept of the snow globe. So we offered protection, but they also created a glass protection, not really glass, but ice. Okay. So essentially, the spell is wearing off, aka the ice is melting. You see what I'm saying? The spell is wearing off, and they needed one of us to even create a spell that's strong. And that's why the whole world has been under a slumber and ignoring the whole Antarctica. That why was it frozen? Why is it frozen? So it makes sense that certain creatures we even created in caves, okay, in labs, all right, in these cold areas and came from the cold areas and were sent to our lands when we were already here, everywhere. A freezer spell, I'm telling you.
The planet Earth has been invaded by benevolent or wicked interdimensional beings, and they genetically engineer different races of people to conquest this planet. These beings that these politicians be sacrificing people to, these are extraterrestrial beings. And the reason for rituals is because you got societies that made deals with extraterrestrials in exchange for technology. So you have beings that are like, basically, okay, we want to be able to live on this plane of existence, but we don't have the frequency to do so. And so in order for certain extraterrestrials to stay physical, they need the most vibratory energy here, which is fear. There is no energy here that solidifies you more than fear. Some people get so afraid that they literally freeze, because fear is a solidifying energy. It's a condensing energy. So what these beings do that we believe to be demons is they say, okay, we'll give you artificial intelligence. We'll give you anti-gravity technology. We'll give y'all shit that y'all don't have. And in exchange, we need y'all to keep this portal open so that we can stay here. These governments in the...
Man, let me tell y'all something. One, this dude's voice is squeaky. Two, dude, change your fire detector. Your smoke alarm. Change the smoke alarm. You hear that beeping in the background.
World have made deals with extraterrestrials where they are allowing extraterrestrials to abduct a certain amount of the population every year in exchange for technology. And the rituals are to keep the extraterrestrials energetically present here, because otherwise they wouldn't be able to be here. So this is why they lower our vibrations through the TV, through the food, through the music, because our vibrations at a certain level keeps us interactive with them. But if we was to raise our vibrations up, then they wouldn't even be able to affect us, because we would be on a higher frequency than them.
I've finally done it. My beautiful son, awaken! Adam! Rise, my son. Rise and breathe life. Yes, you're alive.
They're too wild to stay with us. This is all they do. We'll have to be sent to Egypt.
Not wreck this planet! To Egypt you will go! Forgotten about!
Neanderthals, we are the Pleiadians. We've come to rescue you all, but there is a mission we need you to carry out. Will you do it?
Neanderthals. This ship is the Santa Maria. We'll also supply two more, the Nina and the Pinta. Do you understand?
I am Christopher Columbus.
We'll supply the Neanderthals with 2 of each animals to eat for their survival during the trip to Tiamat, if they are to carry out the mission and betray the Atlanteans. Agreed. Then it's settled.
Now, I'm not the only one who saw that, am I? It actually spoke to us. I thought they only made grunts. This mission might just be successful after all.
You're right. I saw it too. We're with you.
And we will come out on top. Now prepare to land.
I sense a disturbance in the Caucasus Mountains. Put together a team of our best and go check it out. Whatever it is, the frequency is low and off-putting.
It's a shame that we have to conquer Tiamat.
I would have loved for our siblings to rule over the universe with us.
Now they have to watch as we rule instead.
Why are you on our planet hiding in a cave?
We come in peace. But what your brother has done requires your attention. The matter is urgent.
We shall make arrangements to help them out.
We will assist in their rise in frequency, bringing them to our level as one.
Contact the Moors. Urgently.
Moors, your scientific prowess is needed over in Europe. Report to the nearest portal.
I see. We will apply all knowledge to the situation and turn it around before you know it.
They are smaller than I imagined. Still, the spark is there. We shall make arrangements to help them out.
Yes, we will assist in their rise in frequency, bringing them to our level as one.
You all sure have been shrinking a lot. You must like having us around here.
What happens in Europe stays in Europe. I like the way that sounds.
What happens in Europe stays in Europe. Come on, guys. Come on. Use white women. Come on.
So how about teaching us some of that magic? We sure would like to zoom through the sky and be...
Y'all do notice that there's not one white man asking to teach us some of that knowledge. They use women to come, because you know women can always soften a man's heart, no matter what color he is. They use their women to infiltrate and collect the information they needed.
Be able to make things appear out of nowhere.
What do you think?
Men, what happens in Europe stays in Europe.
Gone so soon. What is it about Europe that captivates you so much nowadays? Is it...
Well, look, now they wanted to know, why do y'all Moors want to spend so much time in Europe? White women.
Scientific breakthroughs?
That's exactly what it is. We have to stay focused.
They don't suspect a thing. We should have everything we need before too long.
Well, tickle my feathers. I didn't think it'd be this easy, but job well done, ladies.
A man's weakness is always a woman.
Where are we? This place. It ain't home. It's strange. Don't even smell like the Earth we know.
We've shrunk, man. What do we do? Let's have things off.
What are these memories? What's happened?
What do you think?
Men, what happens in Europe stays in Europe. You all sure have been shrinking a lot.
You sure have been shrinking a lot. You're bringing yourself down to our level because us women are smiling in your face. Crazy.
Like having us around here.
What happens in Europe stays in Europe.
And here is the most sacred of lands. Here is where the capital sits, along with the most divine riches.
You Moors sure are reliable. I love it. Now, tell more.
The path is drawn. Follow it, and you will reach the western shores.
We will now land Plymouth Rock on them, as they feel the wrath of our beautiful disciples.
They're here. The Moors are here.
Finally. Help.
Wait.
Forward! Look at me. Must be our kid.
No! Look at their eyes!
Hold the line!
They're coming.
It's them. His family.
Wait!
Ready!
Hold her steady. The current bends west from here. There's your path. Past that line of cloud, the new land waits.
Write this as it is spoken.
Aye.
We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are born free and equal in dignity. He's got it. Let there be no doubt in the line you penned.
Write it plain, so every man knows his own rights.
Yes, sir. And see that no crown rests above the law. The people first.
Understood. No, we couldn't have. I refuse to believe it.
We did this! We let them burn it all! I can't breathe, man. What do we do?
They used us.
We didn't know.
Doesn't matter. It's gone. It's all gone.
Stop blaming yourselves. We ain't got time for it.
Oh, God. We gave it to him. We handed it over.
I can't breathe, man. I can't breathe.
It's not all on you. It's not all on any one of us.
They used us, yeah, but we ain't done. You hear me? We ain't done.
We lost it. We lost it. They've twisted our minds, turning us against our people, our planet, the very essence of our souls, while laughing and overlooking us as ever being a threat. Today, we fight back.
Keep your eyes set. Spain waits ahead.
Every step carries the weight of home. Each thread on our backs, woven with promise, with history.
Your Majesty, the Moors have awoken from the witchcraft. They're marching, and they mean vengeance.
So they crawl from their dreams at last. Let them. My wine's older than their anger.
This isn't right! The world will remember the truth! I'll tell the truth! These buildings aren't ours to claim! Your lies will haunt you!
Hold him steady.
My family has had an airship for 100 years!
Don't. There's always one or two bimbos who feel above the rest of us and side with the undesirables. Any loud mouths will be outcast.
I thought it was obvious.
Evidently not to him.
Look at the stonework. You could sell the plans alone for a fortune.
Plans? I'm thinking whole streets. Ship them piece by piece, call them our own. Did you know that it took 400 years for us to conquer this land? Our forefathers ensured that we'll live like kings!
Rightfully so. We deserve it.
There'll come a day where people will really believe these buildings were made from plaster. Hammer and chisel. Unbelievable.
Would you look at that dome? It glows like the sun itself.
It's unlike anything I've seen. It was as though the gods built it and left it here for us.
And yet all will think it's ours once we tell the tale.
They'll believe every word.
Why call it the Chicago World's Fair? Rename it after one of our people, not theirs, you say?
Thought, nothing more.
No, Harry. Some things you just don't do. That'll spark more war.
Look at the size of it. Feels like it shouldn't even stand.
And it isn't ours. Not yet.
Imagine what they'll pay when we call it our design.
To buy the whole coast, twice over.
The war took it off their hands.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
It is.
And soon they'll tear it all down. People will say we built it, but they won't believe us. They'll say it was only ever a show. These walls feel older than we are.
Maybe they are.
It's astonishing, isn't it?
Every archway looks cut from marble.
I can hardly believe it's real.
That wheel!
It must reach the clouds.
I've never seen such grandeur. It's as though a city of dreams has risen.
Oh, it's like a dream, isn't it? All sitting on the water like that.
Feels too perfect to be real.
Look at those arches.
And the wheel, how does it even stand? They built a whole city just to dazzle the world.
Hold steady for me, miss. That's it. Lovely light today.
Oh, I'm positively glowing. Daddy bought half these buildings, you know.
Is it me? This don't give you a Wakanda feel. A city built of glorious features, and you got white Americans wanting to come in and take over because they want it for themselves. Not because they want to share, not because they want to live in unity, because they want to own and take power of. This shit never changes.
It says he's the richest man on these lands since Alexander the Great.
Look at the marble on her. Not a crack, not a seam.
And they say the thing was raised in a year. A fairy tale. It's been here longer than any of them.
All the better for us. Folks will pay a fortune to believe we built it. It's like they were here long before we were. Spoils of some forgotten empire.
Beautiful, isn't it?
Gorgeous. And real. My family has an airship of our own. Been in the fleet 100 years.
Look at them. Columns like cathedral spines, and they call it new. When the fair is done, they'll pull it all down. They say no one will believe these were built by us. Then what will they believe?
A new world order is coming.
Where are we? This place. It ain't home. It's strange. Don't even smell like the earth we know.
We've shrunk, man. What do we do?
Don't even smell like the earth we know. Of course it don't smell like the earth you know, because it ain't the earth you know.
Who are these members? What's happened?
What do you think?
Men, what happens in Europe stays in Europe. You all.
And the perception of this is really that the weakness for women from the Moors was our downfall. That's what the perception from this video. Guys, tell me what y'all think. Leave some comments down at the bottom. Tell me what you think about this video. Send me some other clips if you think it's some information that may be misleading and some other things that you know you may want me to put out there to the OG community.
Sure have been shrinking a lot. You must like having us around here.
What happens in Europe stays in Europe. And here is the most sacred of lands.
Here is where the capital sits, along with the most divine riches.
You Moors sure are reliable. I love it. Now, tell more.
The path is drawn. Follow it, and you will reach the western shores.
We will now land Plymouth Rock on them as they feel the wrath.
Did y'all see that ship called the Mayflower? Did y'all see that?
Of our beautiful disciples.
They're here. The Moors are here.
Finally, help.
Wait.
Forward! Look at me. Let's be our kid.
No! Look at their eyes!
Hold the line!
They're coming.
It's them. His family.
Wait!
Hold her steady. The current bends west from here. There's your path. Past that line of cloud, the new land waits.
Write this as it is spoken.
Aye.
We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are born free and equal in dignity. He's got it. Let there be no doubt in the line you penned.
Write it plain, so every man knows his own rights.
Yes, sir.
And see that no crown rests above the law. The people first.
Understood.
No, we couldn't have. I refuse to believe it.
We did this! We let them burn it all! I can't breathe, man. What do we do?
They used us. We didn't know.
Doesn't matter. It's gone. It's all gone.
Stop blaming yourselves. We ain't got time for it.
Oh, God. We gave it to him. We handed it over.
I can't breathe, man. I can't breathe. It's not all on you. It's not all on any one of us. They used us, yeah, but we ain't done. You hear me? We ain't done.
We lost it. We lost it. They've twisted our minds, turning us against our people, our planet, the very essence of our souls, while laughing and overlooking us as ever being a threat. Today, we fight back.
Keep your eyes set. Spain waits ahead.
Every step carries the weight of home. Each thread on our backs, woven with promise, with history.
Your Majesty, the Moors have awoken from the witchcraft. They're marching, and they mean vengeance.
So they crawl from their dreams at last. Let them. My wine's older than their anger.
See, after they take power, deceive us, learn everything they knew about us, threw the Moors to the side, and was like, we don't need them anymore. Let them come for us. We have everything we need.
Behind banking, medicine, religion, business, politics is the reptilian hive mind. This man, Carl Sagan, he wrote a book called The Dragons of Eden, looking at the effect of reptilian genetics on human behavior. From the reptilian brain, we get territoriality, aggression, a desire to control, an obsession with hierarchical structures of power. It's survival of status, of power, of reputation, superiority. And the more that we can be put in fear, the more we operate in the reptilian brain. That's why we're constantly given reasons to fear. Terrorism, global warming, swine flu. Money is fundamentally reptilian brain. Fear of not surviving, fear of not having enough to pay the rent. You get people who have got more money than they could spend in 100 lifetimes, but they get up with the sun every morning to go and earn bloody more. It's an obsession, it's an addiction, and it's connected to the reptilian brain. This is what becoming conscious brings us out of. Control of perception is the bottom line of this conspiracy.
Control your own perception.
So when the grand man or the grand pristine superior deity came in to clean up this stuff, which would be the origin of who we are, they also created a group of counterfeit spirits that will always be antagonistic with those so-called true indestructible spirits. And this element of antagonism will go back and forth at first with people that look the same, but they're separated from a single essence. One is the true spirit and one is the counterfeit. And later on, out of those counterfeit spirits, they would create another agent, which would be the white man. So when you ask the question, well, if black people created the white man, shouldn't they be responsible? And they can't, the white man can't be blamed. But what you don't understand, the white man was created by those counterfeit spirits.
Wow.
That the gods was pulling the strings to make those counterfeit spirits, these scientists,
So black people
create this white man.
So they black people, is that to say black people didn't have anything to do with it?
No,
But it
you're
was
not
God.
listening. You got two people.
The counterfeit spirits. You're not listening.
You got two people. You got an original spirit that comes from the source of the great mother beyond the debauchery. Then you have the debauchery that creates
The counterfeit spirit.
creates its counterfeit spirit to confuse the spirits, confuse the spirits to do its evil work in maintaining the debauchery with these counterfeit spirits. But both of them look the same. They're all black.
Okay.
And those particular black ones, these counterfeit spirits, would later on result in creating the white man, who would be the modern counterfeit spirit.
Yeah, I got you.
But the original counterfeit spirits were black, which leads to this question that I have held back for over 10 years of putting forth, that we put forth now. Are some of those counterfeit spirits still in existence?
These black Lamars and the white man have gotten together to keep their foot on your neck. And that's what they're doing. And the people that's so-called dead, the people that's dead, and they draw, when they get that crayon and go to drawing a lie, see, them is the people that you're supposed to worship, the people that fought against you and murdered and killed you and killed your ancestors. That's who you're supposed to praise and worship. For example, what's his name? Jean-Baptiste Point de Sable. Born in 1750, died in 1818. They say he's the father of Chicago. Okay, but I want to know, what about Chief Blackhawk? What about Chief Blackhawk father? See, Jean-Baptiste is only 17 years older than Chief Blackhawk. Chief Blackhawk was a warrior. He fought in Chicago when they were trying to take the land in Chicago. See, they had to overturn everything. They wasn't only doing it in the South, they was doing it in the North too. See, Chief Blackhawk, he was of the tribe of Sauk and Fox. And I got that right. Not I understand the Sioux Indians in Minnesota, but he was of the tribe of the Sioux Indians. The Sioux Indians. He was of that tribe. He fought against these people right here. This is who he was fighting against. See, this is why we so scared, because we don't know the truth. We don't know the truth who we was fighting against. And let me tell you what these type of people are. See, they orcs. They orcs. So what that mean is, they got melanin skin, but within, they're nothing but beast. That's what they are, right here. Okay? So, what made Jean-Baptiste, why they said that he's the father of Chicago? Because he was a resident for 20 years near Lake Michigan, near the shores of Lake Michigan. So they said he's the father of Chicago. What kind of shit is that? See, they tell us any fucking thing, because they know a lot of us ain't gonna look it up. And we bragging on this man, and he ain't done nothing. He married an Algonquin woman, an Indian woman. He married an Indian woman. So if you married an Indian woman, how the hell you found Chicago? And he married an Indian woman and had about 2 or 3 children from her. So how did this man find Chicago and it was people already there and he married one of them? This is the shit you gotta ask yourself.
Well, you gotta research and do your own studying.
Talking about key Africans who have played the part in European history. Was it? I just want to ask a question right at the beginning. Have these people been written out of history? Have they been forgotten by most of us? And how hard was it to tease them out?
When historians show that the iconoclast movement was primarily an effort to remove all images and icons depicting black people in a position of power, or as deities, these historians are labeled as historical revisionists. And yet it is not just a few images that show that there was a substantial black nobility in Europe before 1453, but in fact, despite centuries of sustained...
See, this is just one example of what they did. There's known history of miles and miles of information underneath the Vatican with African American history that we have not been able to access. Basically, what they did was they took our rich history, our rich teachings, and conquered us, took it as their own, and said, hey, we created this stuff. Things they never could have created, things they didn't even have the intellect. Let me ask you a question. How could they have possibly created all of these things that they say they've created when they didn't even know how to properly bathe correctly? It was the Moors that came in to Europe to teach them how to bathe because they were dying at a vastly high rate due to non-bathing. Come on now, people. This shit gotta make sense.
effort to suppress and erase this African presence, there still remains a large body of evidence that still shows this. In 1352, when Jacob van Merlet made his famous painting of Charlemagne killing a Moorish leader, this is how he drew the Moorish leader, as a black African. The pillars of history sing the wisdom that will build our tomorrow. Historical revisionists, in fact, are those who have closed their eyes to the abundance of evidence showing that black people, in a second wave of civilizing influence, revived Europe and gave it the foundation for its renaissance. After having invented agriculture in 9500 BC, and after having spawned the 2 most influential civilizations in ancient times, Kemet, better known as ancient Egypt and Sumer, it is black Africans that injected into Europe and the Levant writing, science, religion, and culture. These were inherited by the Roman Empire, which then collapsed in the 5th century AD. And so began the long collapse.
So how does a man go from being black to white? Like, it's crazy. Like, how do you literally change the color of a man and say, yes, this was a white man who done this? Like, how can you, like, comfortable do you have to be? Like, how egotistical do you really have to be to do something? Like, you just copy and paste things they've been doing for years. Copy and paste. Every time somebody creates something, it's copy and paste with these guys. They want to conquer and take it and say, oh, we created it. Do you think that just because you took it from somebody, that makes you any smarter? That doesn't negate the fact that they still created it. It doesn't negate the fact they still had the intelligence to have structured civilizations. But then you look yourself in the mirror and you say to yourself, yeah, I feel good, I created this. No, you didn't create it.
Collapse of European society until the return of the Africans in the 8th century, when the blacks, this time, as the Moors re-injected into Europe, what ultimately became the spark of modernization. In the 800 years that the Moors occupied Spain, the ethnic makeup of these Moors changed over time. It is the early wave of these Moors that were the most influential, and it happens to be the same early waves that were in great majority black African. And they came in such numbers and with such knowledge that they gained significant positions of power in pre-Renaissance European history. And it is this group of black Africans that joined with the remnants of the first civilizing wave of Africans, a few of them still present in Europe. These two groups joined to form a new elite class throughout Europe. And you will see evidence of their presence through multiple artifacts and historical records today. When we show that Renaissance Europe was in great majority sparked by Africans, it does not mean that Europeans or Asiatics are not capable of civilization building. What we are showing, however, is that Europe of the Dark Ages benefited from the technology, science, philosophy, medicine, and architecture that were reintroduced by a majority black Africans elite in the early periods of the Moors, which transformed over the centuries into a nobility class with evidence littered all over medieval texts.
My white Harlem Globetrotter.
You entertain me, white Lucas. Hey man, what about that Yakub? This guy has got a head the size of two big-headed men. What was it?
That motherfucker got a Jamaican voice.
It's got its own satellite. What's about Yakub's big ass head? Feed him to the white, great white shark. Now, get that thing, Yakub. White Sammy Davis Jr.
What kind of whitewash fantasy island bullshit is this?
Greetings, Black Dynamite. It is everything you would have in a white man-dominated world, reversed. You see, here I am figuratively the white man, being catered to and served by my white/black servants. Through painstaking genetic manipulation, I have created a whole ecosystem of white creatures and people. I have even kidnapped my favorite black entertainers and turned them white. Behold, my latest creation, White Dolly Parton. Oh, look at her. Hey, look at the titty. She's already white. Really? White. Dolly Parton. It cannot be right all this time. Maybe she was in shadow.
You diabolical race changer. Only a white man in a black man's body will turn the white man into the black man by turning the black man white.
I love your fire, Black Dynamite. You know I could use a white man just like you. I am about to extract all the black from Black Dynamite, so I will have my own White Dynamite.
White Dynamite!
Start the process.
Hey, what's the funniest shit about this is every time you have a great black man in any field in life, they always try to create a white man of his equal. Always. Always, 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 always. Unfortunately, in most cases, we have no equal. When we are great in something, we are the greatest to ever do it. Sports, Michael Jordan, LeBron James, when we are the greatest to ever do it. They had one guy, Larry Bird, who can't even touch either one of them, but that is the greatest of their kind to ever do it. But we have so many of ours that is just great at so many things. And the one narrative, the one thing that they try to do is when we have somebody great, there's always a narrative of putting black people against other black people. Well, Michael Jordan isn't as great as LeBron, or LeBron isn't as great as Michael Jordan because of this. Instead of us just accepting their greatness, they always want to put us against each other. But when you have a white man who's great at something, they don't compare him to other white men. They just call him great. And they call the other white men that come behind him, they just call him great. They never compare him. They never say, hey, he was better than him. You have to pick a side. But why is it in our community, it's always we have to pick a side? Why is it's always a nitpicking about our greatness? Why we just can't be great? They dropped a lot of gems in there. Draconian, black nobility, and Draconian.
There are many Izinyoka among us these days. Izinyoka that steal cables, cutting the power supply. Izinyoka that make illegal connections. Selling stolen cables. They are everywhere. So help ESCOM put these Izinyoka where they deserve to be. In a hole. Don't take the law into your own hands. Call the ESCOM crime line. Confidentiality guaranteed.
And you can tell them from the way that their eyes were, right? Look at those eyes. As you can see, this man has a tan. This not even his fucking real color. I'm about to show you the Imperium boat that brought these people over here and helped the European Imperium boat. That's just one group. Let's go to the Cambodians. Native Americans today. Let's go to the Cambodians. And you better know it. You better fuck. Yeah, they gave them our land intentionally. You can't forget about the Eskimos. I mean, we need our history to be told. All of them are fucking immigrants. They're not fucking Native Americans at all. So they sent their ass to America. I thought Atlantis didn't exist. Atlantis Insula. Yeah, tell them again, Corcus Mountain, baby. That's why the planet had to be cooled down for them to even live. Ain't that Mesopotamia? Huh, last time I checked, that's South America. You just found out that you are royalty. You are a motherfucking superior being, man. You ain't got time to be arguing with what they calling you the peasants. We ain't got time to be arguing with peasants. Because every animal that is of one of these guys' head came from somewhere in Americas. Okay, let's go to Horus. This falcon is native to what? Look at the bottom down here. Well, what that say down here? So even if you want to go to this bird, that is who? Even if you want to go to this bird is still native to the fucking America. This bird is not found overseas. This Egyptian godhead, this animal is native to the Americas. We have North America, South America, and Central America. More evidence that we are fucking Egypt. But this dog is native to North America. I thought they said they didn't know us. Looks like Isaiah. Get your Bibles out. Look like Mississippi River to me.
Sure do.
Were Germans. I was in a giant hangar area of the size of many gymnasiums, and there were troops. It was a day where everybody was being delivered. I saw a disc fly over. Your straight up chrome disc, and there was a kind of a electrical, like a crackle when it went over. You could feel like a static electricity. There was a guy on a podium talking in German. There were soldiers, hundreds of soldiers lined up in formation. And they came, there was a German guy in a German uniform with a gun, and he handed us they were green little pieces of paper with German writing on them. He said, now get over there in line, and when you're called upon, you're gonna read this, and when you're done, you're gonna salute that flag. We did exactly what he said, and it went on for a while. The podium guy went on talking in German, and then they took us to our area where we lived, where I lived for the next 11 or 12 years. The Germans, they have a breakaway civilization there. They had about 225,000 people living there. There was this alien species there that was about 9 feet tall, and they wore some kind of jewelry, like a bracelet, and wherever they went, the gravity turned down. Our gravity was too heavy for them. So where they were standing locally on that floor block, the gravity would lower for them.
They didn't have much bone structure.
A lot of people were really upset with me when I said that the are actually lizards.
I wanted to see what would happen if I sent my pet lizard DNA into 23andMe. And so with the help of my wife, we extracted enough saliva to send off in the mail. We were so excited to see the results. After about 3 months, we were shocked. My lizard was 51% Ashkenazi Jewish. He was also 48% West Asian. This was really interesting.
Yes, the synagogue of Satan, I believe, is literally descended from Cain, and I also believe in the serpent seed theory. Do the comparison in your head. Cain killed his brother. He was cursed to wander the earth forever. They've been banned from 109 countries. Jesus repeatedly refers to the Pharisees as broods of vipers, serpents, says that they made his father's house a den of thieves, snake dens. Lizards dwell in kings' palaces. We know that Satan appears as an angel of light, and that him and his servants can transform themselves. So to me, the first thing that I thought of was shape-shifting reptilians. And yes, that sounds crazy, but it's in every single culture. Like, every culture ever has always believed that they were a thing. They put it so in our face, it doesn't even make sense to me that I always feel like I'm the only one who sees it. I showed you guys clips from Laws of the Sun. It's a movie about chosen people. This movie was made in the 90s, I think. They're supposedly God's chosen people. They're literally shape-shifting reptilians running the world. And now let's hear what Kate Beckinsale has to say to Jimmy Kimmel about her daughter's boyfriend.
He laid 2 eggs in a week, is what the bright spot was.
Who did?
The boyfriend did. He's a Jew from New Jersey, and I thought possibly it was that, but I haven't met any of.
He's a Jew from New Jersey who laid an egg. Now, in the previous clip, I know you guys just seen when that lizard got tested, the percentage and what percentages of blood he had in him, right? Okay. So y'all keep paying attention.
The Jews from New Jersey who've done that.
Could we rewind for just a moment?
Yeah.
What does that mean he's laid 2 eggs in a week?
Well, he said, I've laid an egg. And of course I was like, okay, trying to pull focus on the cancer operation, you know. But it had a shell and a yolk.
And the egg came out of his body?
Yes, not out of his mouth or ears. It came out the root that it would come out of a hen.
And then you have the deceptive serpent in Eden, the ancient dragon that comes back in Revelation. And I believe that the ancient dragon, in part, is 1948 Israel, which was established by the Rothschilds, who also literally established the Illuminati. Like, I'm not even exaggerating or kidding. So they themselves also claim to be...
Источник зла – это Бог, не сатана. В иудаизме сатана – это и есть Бог.
Tonight, protests continue in cities nationwide after the release of footage said to show lands beyond the ice wall.
Why would we even go to work tomorrow?
They've lied about everything.
Makes you question everything, doesn't it?
We won't work for them anymore! The system is done! Open the map!
Governor Joe, will we explain the footage of the plane in Lemuria along with the firmament being lifted?
Sir, the media team is asking for guidance within the hour.
This is a matter for the president.
You hear what's out there? Past all that ice?
Whole other continents. Folks been hiding it.
If it's real, why shouldn't we see it?
They say the wall's off limits.
Rules change when truth shows up.
We find a way. They're telling us to stay put.
But a whole plane of our people made it over. That's proof. The footage is out. If the wall ain't the end, why can't we see past it ourselves?
They've been hiding land from us. That's our history out there, our future.
Trees like towers.
Military tried to scrub the footage. Too late. Folks shared it before they even knew.
Is this the ship that helped us on the plane?
Yes. This is more of our family coming to deliver a message.
After providing you safe passage here, our magic has ensured that news footage of your arrival here be televised.
And now, the world now remembers Lemuria. What follows next will be the most transforming 24 hours this world has ever seen. It is now done. Our people are ready, as are we. Lift the firmament.
I'm telling you, it feels lighter. Like the air's got no ceiling anymore.
Man, it's just adrenaline. You hyped yourself up.
Nah, I swear I could jump higher now. Like, my knees don't even hurt.
I'm telling you, the weight just...
Gone!
I woke up feeling 10 pounds lighter.
It's like the sky opened up for real. I swear I could jump higher.
Y'all believe anything on the internet. Ain't no roof over the world to lift.
The jig is up.
Our reign is over.
The firmament's been lifted.
We have to escape to the bunkers.
It was good while it lasted.
We charge them for water, food, and housing.
While living for free like kings.
We'll fight until the end.
I mean, think about it.
Aliens been here. Who you think made Wi-Fi? Cell phone towers? Twin people work for digital money. Facts. They hid in plain sight, for real.
Hold on, man. The moon gone. I always see it in the daytime.
Y'all thought I was capped out when I said it was fake, huh? We about to flip the switch on them folks.
Man, you wild for that.
Officials worldwide report that the moon is gone, and while we have no clue or evidence of why, we urge the public to remain calm and wait for updates.
Oh my god.
First they leaked the story. Now the streets protest. The firmament has been lifted. It's endgame and we can't even hide it.
No. We hide it until the last moment possible. We keep up the illusion and lead as many people astray as we can.
They will lie to the very end of time. They will never tell the truth. They will lie, lie, lie. Believe none of what you hear. Believe half of what you see. And do your own research. Cause they a lie, lie, lie. Trying to tell y'all.
That's how we win.
Yeah, so I watched this movie last night, right? That's called The Rip, right? Let me just show y'all how the news just be faking everything you see. So I seen this video today, right?
Largest cash seizure in Miami-Dade police history. Over $24 million found inside the Miami Lakes home of Luis Gonzalez Hernandez. Police raided that home Tuesday and says the cash was behind this wall in the attic, packed in orange Home Depot buckets, 150 grand in each bucket. A loaded Tech-9 firearm was also taken from the home. Could never think in a million years that this beautiful home here on the corner of North.
All right, so pay attention to everything you just heard, right? Everything that you just heard is exactly in this movie. They found the money in the attic. Found $24 million here. And in the movie, they found 20.
By the way, that's a good movie. I watched that movie, Rip, on Netflix. That is actually a really good movie. Where the guys, they had been looking for like little licks to hit or whatever. And they got a call about a house that had money in it. They go to the house, about 4 or 5 of them. They go in and go into the attic. They open up the wall. They find those orange buckets full of money. And then later on, they start getting attacked by, they didn't know who, but somebody didn't want them to expose where the money is or turn it in. So you had them end up fighting to the end, and then when they ended up finding out, it was their own people that were in law enforcement that were actually part of the whole scheme of trying to get the money.
$8 million, right? We're gonna show you everything that it shows here, on here, with the same weapon, same money, the attic, same play out, everything. We're gonna show you. With the orange Home Depot buckets. Why is it everything that is in there? Like, watch.
It says the cash was behind this wall in the attic.
Behind this wall. Wait, what, Benz? This.
It is crazy. You get more truth from TV shows and movies than you actually do from the news, the NBCs and ABC and all that other shit. You get more information from movies. Movies will literally tell you what's going on in the world, but you won't think it's real because it's a movie.
Same Benz. The same orange Benz. 150 grand, right? 150 grand on the screen. Nah, this is some play out. Look, each bucket. A loaded Tech-9. Same gun. What gun they found? A Tech-9, man. This shit is not enough. Some God gives. Watch these movies closely. And all I'm gonna say is, from now on, now that you see in this video, you gotta watch 2 movies: The Speed Train and The Running Man. Crazy. No shade, movies like this really be scaring me the fuck out because why is it?
Ma'am, before you get on there swagging and waving your damn hand, you know you only got 1 nail on that hand, and that's on your pinky.
Adding up exactly. I really don't believe in nothing I see on the news. Watch these movies. They really gonna give you the answers for real. And the reason why I'm showing y'all this is because movies are so accurate. Whatever you see on the internet, it's false. Whatever you see in the news, half the time.
She got one nail on the whole ass. She got one nail left. God damn, who you been fighting?
It's fake. Like, I swear to God, like, watch these motherfucking movies. Don't believe nothing you see. Like, gangster.
Look at Michael J. White in the back, right? Watch this, guys. As he's walking, Michael J. White is gone. Where did he go? Where did he go? You know where he went. He's Raphael. Shh. Shut up! They got you now. Pay attention. What are they trying to tell us here, guys? They got a human mask in their hand. You see, they've been showing us. Shut up! Listen, I ain't saying nothing. You see it for yourself, guys. What does this mean? What are they trying to tell us here? Shh! Don't you even say it. Well.
That means they want to walk among us as reptiles, portraying as humans, eating pizzas in the underground. Now, if you look at the Epstein files and some of these other things, pizza was referred to as kids. Put it together.
Well. What does that mean, guys? Why in that cartoon did they show us that they were putting masks on? Shh! Shut up! This is what people are saying, guys. All right? What does that mean?
Chat. Somebody in the comments tell me what y'all think it mean. I would love for everybody to express their opinions throughout these videos, anything that you're seeing, and comment on them. You know, something that I could probably respond to. If you have any questions about something maybe I need to do a little bit more research on.
People are saying that they used to wear those masks to come up on the surface and walk around and blend in with people. That's what they said. Oh, it's too late now, Ninja Turtles. We got you. Shh. Shut up! It's not a game, guys. I told you about this. And people have brought this to my attention. I knew it. So what does this really mean? You know what it means. You know what it means. And remember, guys, remember what I told you in the last video about this. Remember. Shh. Also, remember that this is for entertainment purposes only. And I'm just playing around, guys. This was my favorite movie. And I missed this movie a lot. I don't know, guys. Let me know what you think about this. I'm out.
Ninja Turtles was one of my favorite shows to watch too as a kid. I used to love watching Ninja Turtles.
It's Chad with Yahweh's Petrified Giants Touring Company. The things we do is we take you to see petrified giants, which include petrified people, look really, really big, petrified animals that are huge, and petrified trees with the tree stumps with the remnants of the trees. Today we are focused on a petrified humanoid-looking giant. He's right here behind me. He's clearly visible. We'll start off on his hand over here on the left side. You can clearly see his fingers.
Come on, somebody in the comments tell me, do y'all think that's a hand? What do y'all think about the hand?
Oh, and by the way, it's 21 degrees out here. We are freezing, but we have to.
Can y'all see the hand? Can y'all see the fingers?
Make sure you like,
do those look
share,
like fingertips to you?
Repost, and follow. So, all right, let's move up above his heads. You can see clearly there's a dog there. And right, you can see the dog's mouth. You can see the dog's eye. But let's bring it back down a little bit. He's got a gauntlet for his hand.
Do y'all think that's a gauntlet? It looks like it could possibly.
That is protection. That is to fight with. And you can visibly see that it is a different color. It all is a rust color. And in some of my pictures, you can see rust lines coming down it. But alright, let's move up to his face now. He's wearing some kind of animal skin, I don't know, headdress or something, obviously, but look at those eyes. You can still see his eyes, they're still there.
Y'all see that? If you actually kind of look at it and think about what he's wearing, he got on a head covered. He got a gauntlet on. That could be a giant, a warring giant.
It's all there. There's a lot going on there. But it's absolutely amazing. It's absolutely unusual. But come back to this dog. You can clearly see this is a dog. And them fingers. Look at the fingers.
I want to say thank you guys for coming with me and viewing these videos with me here in the OG community. I had a great time with you guys. Please leave some comments down below. Let me know what you think about this video. If you'd like to hear more about this video, if there's other things that you'd like for me to bring up, is there more things in this video that you'd like me to do more research on and touch on a little bit more? I'll say smash that like button. I appreciate you guys here in the OG community. Stay with me. I'll be back with another video. Thanks for all the love and support. Smash that like button. Let's remember, guys, let's run this video up. Let's get 5,000 likes on this video. Until the next one, stay woke, my brother. Stay woke.